What's up, space pirates? This is your Admiral, the endlessly edgy Dr. Disaster. And if any of you had forgotten about the upcoming game Tales of the Shire, then I sure as hell wouldn't blame you, because the people who made it aren't doing a good job of marketing the game.
Who in the blue hell are you?
In case you need a little refresher, Tales of the Shire is a cozy life simulator which takes place in Middle-earth, specifically in the Shire, and it has gotten ripped apart. The game has gotten brutalized by folks who are sick and tired of people reimagining the works of great authors like J.R.R. Tolkien for a modern audience, so that the farmlands of the Shire look like the streets of a major city, with all the pandering to progressive sensibilities. The game has gotten a lot of shit as well for the fact that the art direction is cringe, because, for example, when I see their version of Gandalf, all I can think is, well, as some of you may recall, initially this game was set to release late last year, but they pushed it back to March because they needed more time to cook, and then, a few months before release, they pushed it back again, this time to late July, because they still needed more time to cook. The speculation is that the developers, Weta Workshop, were trying to avoid all of the negative attention that they were getting by waiting it out and lying low. Look at all of the dislikes that they got on this trailer of theirs from last year. They hit 162,000 views on the PlayStation YouTube channel, and they only managed 3,500 likes to a whopping 16,000 dislikes. Well, now they have just released their first new trailer in more than half a year, and their time out of the spotlight has not helped. The viewership on this new trailer is a lot lower, with only 36,000 views in about a week, and at the time of this recording, the ratio is about dead even, with 1,000 likes to just under 1,000 dislikes. And it is worth noting that here we are, just a month and a half removed from the July 29th release date, and you still can't pre-order this game on Steam. It can only be wishlisted, which sure makes it look like the developers are keeping the back door open to potentially push the release date back again. Perhaps when they see how the trailer was received, that will be the push they needed to do what comes natural to them and flee. Alright, me hearties, make sure that you hit the like button on this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and don't forget to follow me over on Rumble, where I've started uploading some content as well. Also, please consider supporting the channel by becoming a member. I'm working on a space pirate cartoon, which channel members will have first access to. We can't just complain about the state of our culture, we have to create alternatives. So, if you want to support that sort of thing, consider a channel membership for as little as $5 per month. But in any event, let's talk about this newest trailer that just came out and what things are looking like for Tales of the Shire. Over on Steam, the game cannot be pre-ordered yet, which is fairly unusual for a title that has an announced release date just over 40 days away. In fact, the last time we saw that was with Assassin's Creed Shadows. That game, as you may recall, had a February release date announced for a while, but they didn't allow pre-orders for the longest time, and we speculated that it was because they weren't firm on their release date, which turned out to be correct. The game ended up coming out in late March instead. The only thing I will say is this though, as far as release windows go, this one that Tales of the Shire has chosen, late July, is probably the best choice by a long shot because there isn't a whole lot of competition going on, so we'll see what they choose to do. In any event, the developers of Tales of the Shire are almost certainly watching the reaction to this trailer and using it to decide how to proceed, and that reaction has not been good. Let's look at some of the comments on this trailer, and as we do, ask yourself this. If you were the executive deciding whether or not this game was ready for the market, what would you think about what these people are saying? This person here wrote, "The characters look like they're from 2005, not 2025. And yes, a lot of people have noted that the game looks like it should be released on the original Wii, or as a mobile game or something like that. But here's a guy complaining about this sort of thing saying, still no shadows in the game, what talented devs. But even the people who sound like they want to play this game and they want to enjoy it, even those people have got some pretty negative things to say about Tales of the Shire. This person here said, everything looks great except for the character models. They give off a weird vibe. It looks like a very relaxing game to play, like Animal Crossing, and I love games like that, but I don't like the character design very much. Cool concept, not a fan of the art direction. I like the concept, but the color palette is really bad, nothing pops. This honestly looks like a game from 2005. I would not even play it if it were not for the nostalgia. I expected something more realistic. If it had Grand Theft Auto 6 level graphics, I'd be slamming my credit card down yelling, "Take my money." And then I got a chuckle from this guy here who said, "Is this for Android or iPhone?" So, you gotta think, on this trailer, they are getting a fraction of the views, meaning people either forgot that this game exists or they just don't give a rat's ass. Either way, that isn't good for the developers. Even with the lower viewership, it looks like they're gonna get ratioed, and the comment section is just chock full of people brutalizing them. Sure, there are a few comments that are positive, but there aren't that many. As I showed you, even the people who want to like this game are generally unhappy with what it looks like. But over on the retail side of things, nobody is pre-ordering this game either. As most of you likely know by now, I formerly owned my own game store, and I have several contacts in the retail industry from people who run multiple stores. In fact, across those contacts, I have access to the sales data of damn near 50 retail stores which sell video games, and in those stores, they are more than happy to take your money to pre-order Tales of the Shire, even though you can't do it online. But in those stores, not a single person has come in and pre-ordered this game yet. Surely that will change as the release date approaches, but it's not a good sign at all that there is no traction for this game on any front. So, once again, put yourself in the shoes of the executive who has to make decisions on this game and ask yourself, what would you do with Tales of the Shire? On the one hand, the sentiment is still negative, so it might seem prudent to delay the game again and give the developers some time to fix some of the ugliness in the game and give your PR people some time to spin things in your favor. On the other hand, they found a soft spot in the release schedule of other games where there isn't a whole lot going on, and it might be difficult to find a better release spot than this. So what would you do? Personally, I think I would delay it again until the holidays and hope that they get a holiday sales bump. But I'm going to leave it there. What do you think about this game and its release date? Does Tales of the Shire have any chance in hell of doing well? Drop your thoughts into the comment section below, and we will talk there. Thanks for watching me, Hearties. If you haven't already, your Admiral is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.